Well, time for the weather now. And Lily, it's been such a dreary day. I had to open the umbrella earlier rather reluctantly. But do you know exactly how much rain we had today?
Well, definitely it has been umbrella weather. We'll get the full details of how much tomorrow morning because the rainfall is measured around 9 a.m. in both the islands. But we know roughly that Guernsey had more than 5 millimetres of rain and Jersey had about 10 millimetres. So not crazy amounts, but a decent enough. And you probably would have wanted your umbrella or your raincoat. And as well today, it was rather dreary overall. It was quite persistent and grey. And the reason for that is because we had something called frontal rain. So that's rain that's associated with a cold front. You can see that on my chart here. It's this blue line here, skies, and we get that rain that doesn't really shift, that lingers all throughout the day. So if you don't like the wet weather, it's looking hopefully to be drier tomorrow.
Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But it just strikes me, this is just like a typical autumnal day, isn't it? Where you just need to be inside all snugly, is that right?
Inside, I think, with a hot chocolate. And it is quite typical actually for October, because October is one of our wettest months on the year overall. We see on average about twice the amount of rainfall in October compared to September. But also our warming climate means we are probably in for some wetter winters. So scientists have found that our globe has warmed about 1.26 degrees since the Industrial Revolution, and warmer. So as a result of that, our air is now more moist. We're seeing more rainfall events, and scientists think that actually in the future we could see rainfall events that are more severe, so more water falling and also longer lasting as well.
And Lily, you mentioned we may be seeing less rain tomorrow, but the tides may be causing us some issues.
Yes, tomorrow in the morning there is actually a tide warning in place for both the islands, for Jersey and for Guernsey. We're expecting a high tide of over 11 metres for Jersey and almost 10 metres in Guernsey. That's first thing in the morning between around 6 and 7 a.m. So for any early risers when you're heading out into work, do take care. You could see some waves and some water coming over the seawall. But let's get all the details on the rest of the weather looking brighter tomorrow. Well, it's been a very grey and drizzly picture today. Not very nice out there at all at the moment, and actually the cloudy conditions with those showers continuing at least for the first part of tonight, but then we should be in for some drier weather and much more in the way of sunshine tomorrow. A pleasant day to be out and about. Though by the end of the week and into the weekend, things on the breezy side and the weather will be rather changeable. We can expect some bright spells here and there, but also some rain, particularly on Sunday. Back to the here and now then, there are those showers staying with us until around midnight when actually things should clear off, so some drier weather to come for the second part of the night. The winds light to moderate from a southwesterly direction and minimum temperatures of 13 and 14 degrees. So a very different picture overall tomorrow, much more in the way of sunshine. We should have long bright spells and generally drier. You can see just a few showers around, but you'd be unlucky to be hit by any of those. Should be mostly dry. Still a light to moderate breeze and temperatures just down a touch with highs of 16 to 17 degrees, but actually in that sunshine it is going to feel overall a lot more pleasant to be outside tomorrow. Let's get our times of high water then. Around 7 a.m. to start, and actually there is a yellow tide warning in place for Jersey for tomorrow morning because the high tide is more than 11 metres, so do take care if driving in rush hour. Later on, our times of high water between 7 and 8 p.m. So taking a look at our week as a whole then, yes, tomorrow looking largely fine. You'd be unlucky to be hit by one of those rarer showers, but it is turning unsettled into the weekend. Saturday probably looking like the brightest of the 2 days, but Sunday overall quite cloudy and more wet weather on the way. Hello there, very good afternoon to you. Well, we can expect some heavier downpours later this afternoon, perhaps a rumble of thunder as well, and highs of 17 to 18 degrees with a light to moderate breeze, but the worst of that rain really in rush hour, so do take care when driving. Into tonight it will linger for a time, but drying up after midnight, and we should get some clearer spells as well, with minimum temperatures there of 13 and 14 degrees. Very different picture tomorrow though, much more in the way of sunshine and overall a drier day. Very small chance of a shower, but you'd be unlucky to be hit, really. So should be feeling quite pleasant with long, bright spells and highs of 16 to 17 degrees with a light to moderate breeze.